Challenges to our water supply are a growing concern, and I'm glad to see water agencies and business and other community leaders drawing public attention to this issue. As many of you know, I've had a long-standing interest in water and made it a priority as a council member to address our city's long-term water planning. It has been said that the first step in identifying a problem is actually admitting that you do have a problem. Well, San Diego definitely has a water problem. We all recognize that we live in a desert, and San Diego's economy and quality of life depend on a reliable and relatively inexpensive supply of water. Right now, we import as much as 90% of our water, with much of the water coming from the Bay Delta, which is the primary subject of our discussion this evening. For decades, the city of San Diego seemed to chase water sustainability solutions, treating them like bright, shiny objects. The city leaders would become enamored with one idea or technology only to abandon it for the latest and greatest idea. Some of these have been characterized as panaceas to solve our problems. That approach resulted in a hodgepodge of policies and no clear-cut, comprehensive policy on how to create a local, sustainable, and affordable water supply. Also, the outdated policies, I tell you, the youngest one was 20 years old, did nothing to address climate change or other current challenges and opportunities we are facing locally and statewide. It is for that reason I spent more than 2 years researching water issues and talking with a wide variety of stakeholders to craft the comprehensive water policy, which, as was mentioned by Tom, was approved unanimously by the San Diego City Council in October of 2011. The central thrust of the comprehensive water policy is that there is no one solution for a problem that is this big. The policy uses all the available tools from conservation to emerging technologies like desalination and advanced water treatment to resources we already have in the ground, such as purple pipe. The overriding goal of the comprehensive policy is to work toward creating a local, sustainable, and affordable supply so that San Diego is no longer at the whim of either Mother Nature or I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble with this one, the Metropolitan Water District's capricious rate hikes. It is critical not only for San Diego's quality of life, but also for our economy. But I don't just want to create our own water supply. I actually want to be more ambitious, and Chris knows this. I've been telling anyone who will listen that I would love to see San Diego sell water to our other water districts. In fact, Metropolitan, love to do that. It might seem far-fetched, but there are reasons to believe we can achieve this. First off, San Diegans time and again have shown themselves willing and able to embrace conservation. During the recent drought, our residents reduced their water consumption by 14%, and the city's per capita water consumption has dropped by 33% since 1990. But I believe we can and should be doing more. One of my priorities for this year is to see the city do a better job of encouraging gray water usage. Last fall, I proposed sweeping changes to the city's current gray water policies to make it easier and more cost-effective for San Diegans to install gray water systems. But once again, gray water is only one part of the puzzle. Another encouraging sign is the recent and long delayed, may I say, approval of the Poseidon desalination plant. This will provide a portion of our much needed local water supply while bolstering the region's growing water technology cluster. I'm not sure if you all know this, maybe you do because you're water folks, but San Diego is home to one of the world's largest water purification clusters, serving both advanced water treatment and desalination industries. We must do everything we can to grow this blue tech cluster. It will help solve San Diego's water crisis and also help produce environmentally friendly, high-paying jobs in our local economy. And that's a win-win-win. I am very excited to hear more about the plan to invest in a wide range of Bay Delta solutions that will save money, improve our environment, and bolster the idea of creating local water supplies here in San Diego and throughout the state. I believe the idea of focusing on a smaller, less intrusive tunnel to move water throughout the state, and then reinvesting the savings into areas like local water recycling and conservation, as well as developing new water storage south of the Delta, is the right approach. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the city also has the Water Policy Implementation Task Force. I know some of the folks are here this evening. It has been charged with helping implement the comprehensive water policy that the council did adopt. Their timeline is such that I hope they will be done by summer. We'll see if they make the deadline, but we will certainly be glad to share that with you. I look forward to their recommendations on how San Diego can indeed create its own sustainable, local, and affordable water supply. That's something that is vitally important to our city, to our region, and to the state. And I thank you all for coming out, and I look forward to being entertained a little bit here. So thank you very much.